Alright, so sisimulan ko lang sasagutin lahat ng mga frequently. Teka lang, gumagalaw. Gumagalaw yung camera natin. Wait lang. Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel. Kumusta kayo dyan? Kumusta kayo dyan? Kumusta ko? Okay naman ako so far. Okay, there's a lot of turning points right now happening here for me, for my co-Filipinos who are working in Singapore, but so far, with God's help, everything is okay. And by the way, if you're still new to my channel, my name is Benji, your Pinoy in Singapore. And for today's vlog, I'm going to talk about, or I'm going to share you when is the right time to apply here in Singapore. Okay? Maybe after pandemic. Kailan nga ba? Alright, and I'll be also answering what are the frequently asked questions that I receive on my social media account. At syempre, isi-share ko sa inyo at sasagutin ko isa-isa. Alright? And if you're still new to my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe and click that notification bell for you to be updated on my next video. Alright, so welcome back to my channel. As what I've said earlier, we're gonna talk about when is the right time to apply here in Singapore. So of course, on this video, I'm not telling to make any promises or paasa, but this is the reality, what is really happening here in Singapore. If you're one of the viewers here, I salute you kasi nga, you're working into something na mga pangarap na gusto mo matupad. And of course, with the guidance and tips naman na may advice namin, na isa ako sa mga nag-advise at siguro may mga ibang nag-vlog din dyan na nagbibigay ng mga tips and advices sa ating mga kapwa Pilipino. Alright, so right now, it's really a pandemic. There's a lot of things that really turned out bad, turned out really saddening. At syempre, hindi lang naman dito sa Singapore, maraming mga Pilipinong nawalan. Also, in Maldives, in Dubai, ang may mga batches ng mga Pilipino na umuwi sa Pilipinas, mga seafarers na na-stuck sa Europe at saka sa US, umuwi na quarantine for a couple of weeks until they reach their home. Ayun na nga, it's one of the effects of coronavirus. So, today, ayun na nga, pag-usapan na nga natin dito sa Singapore naman. Ayun na nga guys, medyo nakakalungkot na nga din talaga na at the moment, nagkakaroon ng recession dito sa Singapore. At syempre, maraming mga affected ng mga Filipinos, ng mga kababayan natin. Alright, so the next views and opinions that I'm going to mention or gonna say, this is solely my personal perception, not representing any organization or company here in Singapore. But of course, through the experiences shared by my friends working here, na sila'y nawalan ng trabaho. I have two friends who are working in Changi Airport na magre-renovate din yung isang terminal. So most likely, there are thousands of employees na nawalan ng trabaho. So of course, there's a percentage of Filipinos na umuwi sa Pilipinas. There are small and big companies din na nagbawas ng manning, which is I think medyo nalugi talaga. So talagang wala naman talagang magagawa doon. So diba, yan yung mga bagay na nangyayari ngayon dito. Ngayon, when is the right time to apply here in Singapore? Yun na nga sinasabi natin. So of course, the government is trying to flatten the curve. Ngayon, if the cases is going low, then that's the right time. Will lead to 3 different phases. Okay, we have phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. Okay, so we just exited the circuit breaker or yung lockdown na tinatawag namin dito sa Singapore. It ends June 1 and today is June 2. Okay, I just want to make a real time on that. So June 2, it's 2:17 PM in the afternoon. So we'll see kung kailan ko ma-edit at ma-upload tong vlog na to. Speaking of 3 different phases, phase 1 means we are still making some safety measures and there are few essential businesses that's going to open, and phase 2 means this is a safe transition. Okay, so for phase 1, it will take like a couple of weeks bago mag phase 2. Depende sa cases kung bumababa ba or nababawasan. Phase 2, that is under sa category ng hotel namin or sa aking industry, wherein magbubukas lang ang hotel kapag naging okay na ang phase 1, at ang phase 3, that is what we call safe Singapore outcome. So it only means that everything is flatten the curve, okay na at maging back to normal na. Ngayon, the reality is Since at the moment or a couple months ago, nagkaroon na ng bawasan ng staff, may mawalan ng trabaho or nawalan ng trabaho. So for sure kapag natapos na yung phase 3, nandun na kami sa stage na yon, for sure in a couple of months. Okay, so everything is back, magkakaroon ng business, Singapore will open some international flights, will accept tourists and some businessmen. For sure, everything will be back to normal. So that's the time na yung mga nawalan ng trabaho, yung mga companies na nagbawas ng staff kasi nga walang business, walang income na pumapasok. So that's the right time na mag-hire na naman sila. Kung mag-hire naman sila, may mga bagay silang kino-consider again, okay? So babalik tayo sa dalawang pinaka-importanting magde-decide dyan kung paano ma-employ ang Filipino. Okay, so kung hindi nyo pa alam, mayroon ako sa mga playlist dyan kung paano makakuha ng trabaho sa Singapore. If you watch those videos, for sure and definitely, you'll know the system of Singapore. Going back to, yun na nga, naging okay na lahat. So, syempre, I said just now, I really don't know kung kailan nga ba mangyayari yun. But for sure, kapag nag-back to normal na, nagkaroon na ng business, mag-hire na yung mga yan. Kasi nga, wala na silang staff kasi nagbawas na sila ng staff. Okay? So, yung dalawang importanteng factor para makakuha ng trabaho dito is of course the decision of the MOM. Okay, what is MOM? That is Ministry of Manpower. At yung isang factor dyan is yung quota. Okay? Kung hindi nyo pa alam ang quota, nasa isang video ko dyan. Okay, so kailangan nyo panoorin para naman prerequisite kung ano yung sinasabi ko dito. At least you can connect everything that I'm going to tell you. Sana maging okay na lahat, maging back to normal na para at least mabigyan yung opportunity ng mga taong nawalan at yung mga gustong mag-venture ng kanilang mga career dito sa Singapore. Ayun, so it's really challenging. It really saddened me kasi nalulungkot din naman ako kasi may mga kaibigan akong nawalan ng trabaho, but of course everything happens for a reason. These trials and challenges is nangyayari yan to make you a stronger person kasi nga for sure in every struggles or trials, it's a blessing in disguise. Meron at meron yan. So God is really directing us to something new and much better siguro opportunity. Today also, i-share ko din sa inyo or I'm going to answer what are the frequently asked questions na na-receive ko sa aking social media. Okay? Alright, so sisimulan ko lang sasagutin lahat ng mga frequently... Teka lang, gumagalaw. Gumagalaw yung camera natin. Alright, so sisimulan ko nang sasagutin yung mga frequently asked questions na na-receive ko sa social media. Okay, so I'll just read the questions. So ito yung mga questions. Okay, subukan natin. Okay, the first question is I'm a civil engineer at ang dami kong nakikitang job opening sa Singapore. Makukuha ko po ba iyon ng direct or through agency? Actually, IT jobs and engineering jobs, these are the profession that you can get in Singapore directly. So I suggest apply online, and apply online. Kasi talagang these are in-demand jobs. Kahit nasa Pilipinas ka, ang dami mo nang nasendan, for sure meron at meron. May mga bagay na tanong na sabi nila wala daw silang nare-receive. I think you really have to make a sellable resume. Again, IT and engineering jobs, these are the jobs that you can get directly here in Singapore. Tama ba yung sinabi ko? These are the jobs that yeah. I also work in a hotel. If I get a job in Singapore, do they provide accommodation and transportation? Actually guys, hindi. The company will pay you, pero you have to pay for your own accommodation and transportation. But don't worry, okay ang sahod dito. You can still manage to pay your accommodation and transportation. As what I've said on my previous vlogs, that even if you deduct your cost of living like food, transportation, and accommodation, okay pa rin ang net wage mo dito sa Singapore. I'm not telling this kasi nga, tama ba yun, bogus? Or, hindi, okay talaga ang sahod dito, promise guys. May masuggest ka na agency here in PH na pwede ko po ma-applyan for a job in Singapore? Actually, may nagawa na akong vlog. I'm not sure. Or I think, no. Wala pa akong nagawang vlog pero I think I replied one of the aspiring applicants dito sa Singapore. Sinend ko yung agency pero na-delete ko na yung agency na yun. Kasi as much as possible guys, I don't like to recommend agency in the Philippines kasi sa Pilipinas maraming manloloko. They took advantage of the applicant who wants to come here in Singapore, wherein minsan yung price ng placement fee, for example, yung price ng placement fee dito sa Singapore, it's like 180 to 200,000 pesos. Doon naging 250 or 300,000 pesos. Can you imagine that? Tumataas siya ng more than 50,000 pesos. Kuya, by any chance ba, if ever nakukuha po ako ng 1 month na tourist visa sa Singapore, ma-approve po ba or mostly denied? Kapag nakapasok ka ng Singapore, you'll be given 30 days as a tourist visa. But the point there is, ang hirap mag-exit from Philippines to Singapore kasi nga dyan sa Pilipinas, they will think that kapag nag-tour ka, mag-apply ka, maghanap ka ng trabaho. So, di ba yan yung tinatawag lang mga maraming buhaya daw sa Pilipinas. So, from there, dine-deny ka na, ayaw na ng palabasin. Though yung iba naman, pupunta lang sila dito para mag-tourist din talaga. Pero kapag feeling nila invalid yung mga documents, minsan na-offload sila. So, let's try to provide the complete documents para naman kapag nag-tour kayo dito, sobrang ma-enjoy rin nyo naman ng Singapore. Pero kung mag-apply man kayo, discarte nyo na yun guys. I'm watching your vlog on YouTube. What are the different agencies for Filipino you could recommend? I actually made a vlog already. The title is How I Started My Job in Singapore. Nakalagay doon, plus employment agencies here in Singapore. So maybe you can check that out. I'm not a college graduate or university graduate. Could I be able to get an S-Pass? Guys, for S-Pass holder, it would be only given to college or university graduate, at least 4-year degree. Kapag undergrad guys, ang binibigay sa kanila is work permit. Ngayon, dito sa Singapore, merong mga college or university graduate, pero since walang maibigay na S-Pass, tapos work permit lang yung kayang ibigay ng employer, why not grab it as well? For the meantime lang naman napas mo yun. Tapos in the near future, kapag may mga options ka ng company and they're offering S-Pass, might as well grab the chance. Hello po Kuya Benji, tatanong ko lang po, paano kung may work na sa aking nag-aabang sa Singapore? Paano ba yung process na kailangan gawin para makapunta ng Singapore? Okay guys, there are 2 ways of processing your documents. For example, may employer ka na dito sa Singapore, di ba? And then, paano ka makakapunta ng Singapore? So, it's either i-register mo yung employer na yun sa POEA para mag-process ng mga OWA and everything bago ka makalipad dito sa Singapore. But it will take some time, maybe like 1 to 2 months. Pero kung gusto mo, you can come here directly in Singapore, come as a tourist, and then the employer or the HR will process everything. Okay? Hello Sir Benji, napanood ko po yung vlog regarding sa pag-apply sa Singapore. Ask ko lang po if ano yung field nyo sa engineering. Actually, I don't know bakit naisip nila na engineer ako. Kasi nakaka-receive ako ng mga personal comment na anong field ko sa engineer, paano ko nakuha yung job. Nabulo na naman ako. Puro may mali akong nasabi sa mga vlogs ko. But hotelier po ako. Next question. Hello po, I'm a follower from your YouTube and Instagram. Okay. I'd like to ask if what you go through agency when you applied there in Singapore. Ano? Nalito ako. At first, when I came here, I went through an agency that is HR Millennium that is located in Tanjong Pagar. And when I came back in Singapore, I got my job directly. Okay, so dapat tingin din kayo sa LinkedIn. As what I've said, you have to create your profile in LinkedIn. That's an application. Hello Sir Benji, anong klaseng engineer po kayo, sir? I'm a civil engineer po and I'm planning to work in SG. Pero nag-ipon po ako ng experience at 1 year pa lang. Hindi nga ako sa engineering, so as what I've said, if I were you, you have to earn your experience pa at least 2 years. So yan yung may advice ko. Ayun. Kasi the more you have more experience, you'll be able to be more qualified sa mga requirements na hinanap ng mga employer. Hi Sir Benji, napanood ko po ang videos nyo sa YouTube. Rin pa akong isang aspiring applicants. And ano po yung mga requirement ng pagiging S-Pass holder? Okay, ang requirement ng pagiging S-Pass holder is at least you have 2 years experience or 1 or 2 years. Pero guys, lagi kong sinasabi 2 years. 2 years is more valid. Tapos, university or college graduate, 4 years yan. And of course, it's how you sell yourself kung paano ka makukuha sa isang employer. Ay sir, ask ko lang, may assessment ka ba na sasagutin doon sa tinutukoy mo na website na pwede applyin sa Singapore? Nakita ko kasi video mo sa YouTube. Actually, yung sinasabi kong assessment, nasa ano na yan, company per company na yan. Yan yung mga basic lang na mga psychological tsaka behavioral na test. Sobrang easy lang yung mga yan. Mga situational lang yan. Tapos yung mga ibang requirements, that is according kung anong certain field, for example sa engineering, hindi ko kayang i-discuss kasi hindi ko talaga field yun, or sa IT, ayun. So kapag sa hotel naman, kung anong department ka, kung front office, housekeeping, mga ganyan. Maraming mga bagay-bagay guys. Hi sir, I'm from Dubai and I wanted to move in Singapore in a couple of months or maybe when everything is back to normal. So paano po ba kung mag-walk-in at ilang araw po ba? Okay, kapag mag-walk-in ka dito sa Singapore, upon your arrival, you'll be given 30 days, okay, of being a tourist. Okay, so you have to maximize everything. Okay? So I guess mas madali kapag galing ka sa ibang bansa, tapos for example, uwi ka na sa Pilipinas at gusto mo lang for good, pero nag-decide kang magbabaya Singapore, tapos suddenly gusto mong mag-apply, you have 30 days to apply here in Singapore. But of course, you're not going to consume that 30 days. So for sure, just maximize 27 days. Kasi kapag kinonsume mo yung almost 30 days, like 28-29 days, so makapatanong sila, anong ginawa mo sa Singapore for almost 1 month, diba? So something to think about it. Hi Sir Benji, I'm a graduate of IT. Okay, wanna ask sir if ano yung best position or options that I can apply in my field. It's so hard to answer that question kasi nga hindi naman ako IT professional, I mean. So I guess I would suggest you should look for someone who gives advices on the IT job. Ayun lang. So, yun yung mga frequently asked questions ko. So, sana nasagot ko directly. Ayun. So, yung mga ibang tanong medyo mahirap sagutin, lalo na kapag hindi mo feel. Ayun lang. Ayun guys, so hopefully may natutunan kayo at nasagot ko yung mga frequently asked questions na binigay nyo sa akin. At syempre, sana magkaroon tayo ng vaccine para naman in the near future, maging okay na lahat, maging open na lahat ng mga international flights. We can go out. Of course, if you experience some problems, just focus our eyes on Jesus kasi nga, He will be the answer in everything that we are going through right now. And of course guys, if isa ka sa mga nangangarap na pumunta dito, just keep the faith. Alam mo yun, iba yung taong may pangarap eh. Ganun ako. May pangarap ako, talagang ginagawa ko ng paraan. And by the way, don't worry guys, you don't have to be big in making something new. All you have to do is to start great. Alright, so that's all for now. And please don't forget to like and subscribe and see you next time.